Yes, the question was to know whether after Air Canada announced the layoffs of 20,000 people, can the minister ensure, since the Prime Minister said he would work to help Air Canada, can the minister ensure at least that people whose flights were cancelled would be refunded? The Honourable Minister. Thank you very much, Chair. As I've just answered, I understand the frustration of people who would have wanted to be refunded rather than receiving a flight credit, but we have to understand now that airlines are experiencing very tough times right now because they've lost 95% of their revenues. Mr. Barcelot-Duval. One of the reasons Air Canada cited for laying off 20,000 people was that it had to preserve its cash flow. According to its March 31st financial statements, Air Canada was sitting on $6 billion in cash. Even if it lost $20 million a day, the company would have enough to cover its needs for almost a year. Of this $6 billion, $2.6 billion belongs to its customers who have often lost their jobs and who are far from having a year's worth of cash in hand. I'd like to understand why the Liberal government gave $8 million more to this company without even requiring it to refund its customers. The Honourable Minister. Chair, as you know, we established programs to help Canadian companies, including the wage subsidy, and there's also a program for large corporations to have credit. As you know, 95% of these companies' revenues have disappeared because people aren't flying. But these companies still have great expenses and fixed costs because there are other expenses, in capital expenses that they have to pay every month, and they all need assistance. Mr. Barcelot-Duval. Chair, I would like the Minister of Transport to explain to me why, throughout Europe and the United States, airlines have to refund people for cancelled flights, but not in Canada. The Honourable Minister. Chair, I won't comment on measures that were taken by other countries, but I can say that here in Canada, we understand full well the situation, and we have the health of our airlines at mind. We understand the frustration of people who would have liked to have had a refund. Mr. Barcelot-Duval. According to the Civil Code and the Consumer Protection Act, airline customers should be refunded for cancelled flights. Why are the Canadian Transportation Agency and the Minister of Transport inviting airlines to break Quebec laws? The Honourable Minister. Chair, as you know, the Minister of Transport of Canada is an independent agency that makes its own decisions, and it's a quasi-judicial body, and I won't speak on its behalf. Mr. Barcelot-Duval. Also, the question was for the minister. Does he think this is a proper practice? Because these customers did not receive service, and this does not respect Quebec law. The Honourable Minister. I won't comment on a decision or opinion that was issued by the Ministry of Transport. 15-second question, 50-second answer. Once again, my question is for the Minister of Transport. I would like to ask him the same question. The Honourable Minister. My priority as Minister of Transport is the health of our airlines, so they'll be able to rebound once COVID-19 is over.